iRacing is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racing enthusiasts all around the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. The car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics, engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and racing teams. Our skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Members are able to sign up for a weekly racing series, compete in time trials, host a private race with friends, and participate in racing leagues created and run by the community. With over 200,000 members, iRacing works in partnership with renowned motorsports organizations like NASCAR to deliver virtual races based on the real-life NASCAR Cup Series, as well as many other series on the NASCAR ladder. iRacing also features team racing, providing a variety of options for members to create and manage their own teams, race with friends or real-world teammates in full-length endurance events like the 24 Hours of Daytona, Spa 24, or the Bathurst 12-Hour. Participate in solo races, championship seasons, and hosted in league events with AI racing. With a rapidly expanding catalog of 70-plus cars and 85-plus tracks from real-world racing series, test your abilities with challenging computer-based competition. Additional partners include IMSA, the World of Outlaws, and Supercars, allowing members to participate in their very own Bathurst 1000, Chili Bowl, Sebring 12-Hour, and many more iconic events. This is iRacing, delivering the most authentic racing experience short of getting into a real race car. Sign up today at iRacing.com.
Hello and welcome. As we're back after a 2-week hiatus, a little trip away to the other side of the pond. What a way to return. We left with Monza, but we're back with Red Bull Ring here on the broadcast. I'm Tim Cox, and I'm going to take you through every step of the way, the great action we have got coming before us. But first off, let's have a little reminisce of where we've been. Of course, kicking things off in Algarve, on to Interlagos, the Battle of the Glen. What a great race that was. Road America, Water America, and of course Monza. Who could forget the drive from the back for Simon Bamber? Was he away from Le Mans Sebring? Gutted, because I was looking forward to seeing Le Mans in the wet. But of course, Red Bull Ring tonight, Bathurst, and before we head to our, well, third and final race of the season is Suzuka before we round things out at Road Atlanta. Across the championship standings now. And into elite first of all is Harris. Shortos who leads the way there. Dominant early part of the season, but well, had some fierce competition come his way. Rattani holds on to second place with Rose F in third. Bamba up into fourth. Anders Meyer, of course, a newcomer to the championship, finds himself already in fifth position. David Rankin down to sixth. Tristan Norbega, another newcomer, one of two DSA esports drivers, occupying 7th and 8th in elite. Andy Jones, another newcomer for DCW, and Ken Copeland of the Wrong Stuff running at the top 10 there. Across now into Pro, and Nikolai Agard. What can we say about this guy? He's been oh so dominant pretty much all season long, really. He's even mixed it up with the elite drivers at times. But the gap is starting to shrink. Casper Brockner of Aldousin Cause Black is hot on his tail, and he's bringing along a bit of a friend for the ride. In the form of Darren Sharples, who's only 4 points behind him. With Casper Tunstead, he's only 4 points behind there, but those top four really starting to just get away from the rest of the pack. Marvin Cruz stuck in a little bit of a lonesome spot there in fifth, with Weston, Collicott, the two DCW drivers, in sixth and seventh respectively. Willoughby, of course, led on, well, was on -5 for so much of the season, up on to +67 into eighth. Another newcomer, Angle T of Team Motorsports, into ninth, and another newcomer as well, Nathan Ellul, occupying that last place inside the top 10. Across into Pro-Am now, and it's Jack Barker. He's nothing short of scintillating, really. Steiner Sardi, who, well, he knocked on the door of podium places before securing one at Monza, and, well, he's never looked back since, really. He's up into second place, and he's only 12 points behind Barker. Nathan Anstis lies in third with Rob Winter, the two Team TM drivers, occupying the last two spots inside the top four. With James Conley of UKSR Clan 9 points behind in fifth. Daniel Pay is in sixth, only 1 point behind Conley. Really so tight in this part of the championship. Ruben Berry's only 2 points behind him in seventh. Halliday, he's starting to get cut adrift a little bit now, some might say, as we head towards the business end of the season. He's on to 126, only 6 points ahead of Neil Smith in ninth. We have Nicholas Gornstrom rounding out the top 10. Across into Amma, well, what can we say? This has pretty much been Matt Edmondson class. One, I think it was opening 5 rounds on the bounce, and looking really hard to beat, that is for sure. Cy Hartley in second with Dave Robson. A lot of pairings here in the championship, isn't it? The two Tiki Simsport drivers, second and third there. But Robson only 2 points ahead of Ali Murray, who occupies fourth. Then we've got John Davis of the Wrong Stuff in fifth. Owen Halliday lies sixth, only 6 points behind Davis. Skinner in seventh, but there's a big old gap back to James Bostock, who's eighth there from Pertec GP2. Guy Kalau in ninth, and James Robson, who comes to the championship, but sneaking inside the top 10. Across now into team standings, Racing Lab Esports, I mean, no surprise really, they lead the way, but only by 9 points over Tiki Simsport Tiki. Aldousin Class Black are into third, with UKSR, Cleland and Aldousin Cars Blue tied for fourth place on 322. They're only 4 points ahead of Team Potato, and then it's at 297 in seventh place for UKSR Hoy. Pointers, so the null pointers, Racing Lab Esports powered by Ford and DCW. Round out top 10 there, but across the proceedings this evening, oh well, what have we got for you? Well, while I'm away, the lovely text we used has decided to break. There was an update to the software we use, so I've got the feeling that may well have pied a large part of it. If you want to stay up to date with how all the drivers are getting on out the track here today, then never a fear. There is the link to live timing, and you might have caught it earlier on. It is in the description as well. I will post it again for you, because I'm just a nice guy like that. Well, I'll drop that into the chat very shortly for you. But Eric Rosef, well, some things may change, but, well, he's back at the top in practice. 3 elite drivers. Tom Weston on an absolute fly. He had topped practice for quite a while, had Tom. But it's made down to 4th, but still top of category, which is oh so crucial. I'll tell you what, this always fails flat. let's pick out someone who's just about to start a lap. Normally it ends in disaster. They end up spinning out. Daniel Pay, or they head to the pit box. Daniel Pay. Good luck, my friend. You are the driver who has been chosen, the Portuguese driver, into turn 1, just following one of the Audis in front of us of DCW Racing. Really getting a great launch off the corner there, Porsche number 11. Grip the rear end can be oh so crucial. Third turn 2 now. Yes, it's only a king. Yes, it's classified as a corner. Well, probably the trickiest corner of the track. Hard braking uphill, the rear's getting light, and then really that big tip on the inside. See so many drivers take a much wider line through there, rather than electing to take the shortest possible route, just so they can keep those rear tyres in contact with the ground. Through turn 4, I know it's another king, but it's into 5. Great overtaking opportunity here. I think it's a really underrated corner. Take lots of that curve on the inside for running it out wide. And that's more under racing conditions. We've seen more and more people do that just so they can defend into Werf and Roush here. The double left-hander. Patient with the throttle. Maybe that's called Daniel Pay. Sure. There we go. Up and away. But the punts are back and they're big and fast. Just a couple of corners yet to go. Really got a friendly evil here, and it's going to be so tricky because there will be pit stops during the race. And that is a real, well, for anyone who's driven this track before and just watched motor racing would know. It's so hard to get it right into there. And you can invariably end up tripping up over people. And also, it is a very foggy day out there in Austria. The hills are alive. The sound of engines. Well, the music that they make. Anyway, we're just about to head into qualifying now. That is the end of practice. Let's do away with some of those graphics. Well, just transition through. Yeah, it's like pea soup out there, isn't it? Thick as you like. Right. Here we go. So Daniel Pay, oddly, one of the first drivers out on track as well. Good to see from him. We've got a live link in there. That's all good. Into chat. Really handy during this qualifying phase. Also, a bit of a good time to mention, if you're watching us on Twitch, don't forget to just subscribe, and also you can follow and subscribe to us using some of Jason Bezos' money. Using your Prime subscription, make sure that's linked up to your Twitch account. If you're watching us over on YouTube, don't forget to like and subscribe, all that goodness. Let us know who you're cheering on for, or maybe dishing out a bit of hate to. You know, we're a business end of the championship here, ladies and gentlemen. Rivalries aplenty. It's getting tight. It's getting tight, and so many newcomers as well since I was with you a couple of weeks ago. Heading out to a Formula race course as well while I was over there, Wild West Motorsport Park. Now building site, it's heading the way of Oran Park, but not as a housing estate, oddly as a quarry in northern Nevada. So I would have got you pictures, but wasn't allowed anywhere near it, so Google Maps will have to do. Anyway, enough of my anecdotes aplenty. Let's see who's going to be. I tell you what, it's going to be Dave Robson. It's by an absolute whisker. No, it's not. It's Dave Allen. That's the first driver who's going to be setting his times here today, I believe. Will be time between him and a couple of others. Jack Barker and Ty. Another one of the newer drivers, Ty Motorsports. Great to have him on board with us. There we go. We saw oddly the DCW Audis. I mean, David Allen actually during the practice on board lap. He's going to set the benchmark for us, and well, who's going to come out on top in qualifying? Love to know your thoughts. I'm Racing the Void, saying in chat, I wonder why it's so foggy. I hope it doesn't rain. Well, I know it won't rain because I know that our leader come admin for this league, well, he told me it wasn't a rain race. Could be wrong. Did check the radar. I've had my head out the window. It's not raining. I think it's just foggy. Of course, you used to be able to, before rain came along very recently to iRacing, you used to be able to increase the fog levels, but that was as close as you got. I mean, visibility was pretty much impossible if you haven't cracked up to the max. All done through the humidity settings. I mean, I know it might be just into May, but humidity, Austria, come on. Anyhow, David Allen will be the first driver across the line. Let's see what sort of times we're going to have in there. There we go. Oh, is that possibly deleted? No, it's not. So, Barker. That's the time that everyone's going to be measured by. 1:30.729 for him. 1/10 faster than Antai, who led the way. Anstis jumping up into 9th there. Western, great lap from him. Quite a few drivers having time to delete it, this being one of them. There he is in the BMW. Sinistani. Also, Itzortus. Nathan Lil just going up into 2nd there. Rosef, time deleted. Luke Leshy, one of the newcomers, the South African contingent, having his time deleted. Tristan de Nobrega, sorry, having his time deleted as well. Cy Hartley is heading across the line. He's another one to join the I've had my first lap deleted club. Kasper Kunstedt is going to be the last driver across the line. Let's see if we manage to get some time on the board. He does, but that's maybe just purely a banker lap, a second on the Barker's pace, who's on an absolute flyer once more. Personal best in Sector 1 and Sector 2 in the Lamborghini. The privateer going to work here. And what a result that could be. What a result it could be to have him on pole. Is it going to be any improvement as he heads across the line? Oh, he goes faster again. There you go. 1:30.54 before Rosef just slaps one in there in the Audi. Well, they're all coming in now. The second lap looking faster for our 3 elite drivers who flourished across the line. Rosef, Yatortus and Copeland going first, second and third to Moti, Barker back down to 4th. And Jones about to head across the line. I think he's on a half decent lap, although I think that may well delete it due to track limits. They for the Frenchman up into 3rd, 2nd row of the grid. Good lap from him. Tunsted's on a solid lap 2. Jones, time definitely was deleted. Right, what do you got, Casper Tunstead? Banker lap last time around. We go faster, this feels faster. His personal best in sectors 1 and 2. Here we go, the charge to the line. And there you go, up into 6th. Fantastic. Super smashing. Great. Drivers struggling. Andy Jones, Luke Leshy, Marvin Cruz, oddly. James Robson and Ieratani. 2 laps complete so far. Times deleted on each of them. One benefit that we do have here today, shorter track length, meaning you have more chances to go again. Not like Spa and Le Mans and Nordschleife. Name but a few. Well, it's basically all or nothing. Rose, did he improve in time? So there is improvements. Luc Lechet, they are finally getting a time on the board, and it's a solid time. He's up into 6th for RDSA Esports. Oh, that's not looking good. That'll be deleted. So that'll be that lap abandoned for him. Who else have we got coming across the line? Austin Murray will be one of them in the Ferrari for UKSR Clement. Into the last 2 corners for him. Casper Tunstead on a strong lap there as well. You see the graphic on your screen. Greens in sectors 1 and 2, denoting personal best for him. But what have you got, Ali Murray? Surely a lap time on the board. Surely an improvement, and it is. He's up a place, displacing Dave Robson. He's like Ferrari driver. 25th for him. Right, what have we got where? So you sort of on a out lap 1 to watch. To West End, I'll tell you what, that lad is on a flyer in the Ferrari. There he is for DCW Racing. I mean, so many great performances here today. You have to apologise to me. I've been, while I was away, I was sick as a dog. Before I was getting there, some lovely person on the plane gave me flu, I think, or at least a really runny nose or a cold. If I sound horrific, that's why. I sound horrific anyway before one of you jumps in on that one. So, right, sit rep. We're into the closing stage. Last couple of minutes of qualifying. Okay, across the line. So down your Jones on an improving lap. Barega. Oh, hello, Jones. I was trying to find him in the list before spotting the absolutely leapt up there onto the front row with the grid. So who else has got laps to complete here? There's not many actually out on track. Casper Tunsted's going to be across the line. He's not really on an improving lap. Oh, and if he wants to go again, he's going to be very, very tight. No, he'll be okay. No, he won't. He won't. So if he doesn't improve on this lap, which he hasn't, right, that's him out of the equation. Next up, John Davis and the wrong stuff. What have you got up your sleeve, my friend? Well, no improvement in Sector 1. Better in Sector 2. A personal best there. Currently like 27th. Improvement in time. Oh, misses out narrowly. Just in front of him. Right, who else are we going to have next? Dave Robson. Let's back Marcus some love here. I tell you what, the front end of that Ferrari, TT Sport Ferrari, looking very, very pointy indeed. Oh, and an improvement in the final sector as well, and that gets him up a couple of places. He's now ahead of Murray and Hartley, Marvin Cruz as well, just improving the German. Right, Daniel Payne, last driver across the line for Old News in Cars. Blue, what's it going to be? Oh, what you feeling here? I mean, surely an improvement for him. It is in the final sector, but there you go. I thought it took a little while to update. Kept us in the dark a little bit, but there you go. Daniel Pay up into 16th. Second in class as well. I mean, only really eclipsed by the absolute mammoth efforts by Jack Barker. Before we now head across into a little warm-up session. You normally cue the elevator music here, don't you? In this type of situation. Whew. We get ready. So, we have not long left in this session before we head across into the race. Of course, 60 minutes of racing coming up for you from the Red Bull Ring, as always. As we take you through, of course, some real epic races we've seen so far. So, in a week's time, we head to Australia, down under, mate. That's my appalling Australian accent. For the Bathurst round of 9. Then, let me get like that's a week break, isn't it, of course? For the Nürburgring 24-hour iRacing special. Gotta love it. So we're not back on the air for another 2 weeks after that, till the 26th for Suzuka, Japan in the rain. Then 1 week later, we conclude the season at Road Atlanta. So after tonight, just 3 rounds left. And as we saw, as I mentioned earlier in the broadcast, those points are becoming oh so crucial. Really is the business end of the championship, and great to see so many newcomers as well, despite that too. Great to have so many on board with us. So as mentioned, don't forget to give us a like, a subscribe, a few additional S's in there for you. If you're watching us on Twitch, don't forget to utilise your Prime subscription, link to your Twitch account to subscribe for free using 5 of Jeff Bezos' incredibly unhard worked for dollars. I mean, how long does it take him to earn some $5? Well, a blink of an eye is a third of a second, and I doubt it's even that. What do you think? I bet one of you is sat there working out on Google. I bet you. Answer on the postcard. You will be issued with 1 Tim Cox point for providing me with the answer. The monetary denomination, if you want to cash those points in, completely worthless. Worse than a meme coin on the virtual coin stock exchange. So, moving on the left, I'll tell you what, let's put up a graphic as the driver starts popping some laps. Yeah, you go, only on 1 minute and 50 left, a bit of change. So, who do you think's going to, I mean, okay, let's just talk through. Can't quite show them all because they're not out on track necessarily. So, this guy, how does she sort us? Well, the one thing he has taught us is he is incredibly quick, and he's been here since the start of the season, just dominated the first couple of rounds. Didn't have the best of time at Monza, but that guy's quick. This guy's quick. I think maybe just that head start he got at the start of the season. So the great quality of drivers that come up against him now. This is the last part of the season, the second half. I think if they meant since the start, I think it might be a slightly different result. It's more on the track. Also, can someone just please really take the fight to Matt Emerson? You know, someone's got to. I mean, surely somewhere they couldn't find it within. Again, Jack Parker, he's just heading out on track. There he is, electric in qualifying here today, and there's been also electric throughout the season, really. Being back to that great strategy that he had against Edmondson at Interlagos. Really, just the undercut works through for him. Just headed off the distance. The race results will show that it was just a comfortable victory, but it won't show the epic fight, the resilience, the staunch defence that Everton put up against that pretty much everyone who came by his way. Set the car up with no wing, the Ferrari for UKS Ahoy, and well, ahoy hoy, off he went as soon as the straight came around. That's crawled around the corners though. With Barry's one driver to watch as well. See this guy around. Oh, there we go, end of the session. Enough of me rabbiting, it's had enough now. Yeah, someone I've seen around. I definitely want to watch out for here today. That is for sure. Right, drivers that are taking to the field. Let's run you through your grid. Eric's Rosette claims pole position here today. He starts on the front row with Andy Jones. Then it's Harold Eschatz on the second row with fellow elite driver Ken Copeland. Tom Weston and Nathan all make up on Pro-Am Row 2, and then Jack Barker absolutely flying in Pro-Am. He starts this elite driver Tristan de Noriega. The Glichy and Casper Tunstead are going to round out your top 10 there. Sort of pro row form of Marvin Cruz and Casper Brockner on row 6. Row 7 at Tiger Motorsports. Next to us, I mentioned about him, dominant again in qualifying, Matt Edmondson. Darren Sharples and Daniel Payor on row 8, on row 9, Nicola Agard and Ruben Behrens. James Conley has signed Asani in the low BMW for company to round out your top 20, while Nathan Ansis and David Allen make up row 11. Row 12 is Rob Windsor and Dave Robson. I'm going to have to go through these because they put in the shorts. Pit lap, Cy Hartley and Al Murray on row 13. Unlucky for some, had so from them. Then John Davis and Ian Tani not setting the time. Starts 28th and James Robinson running up the field. Drivers making their way around behind the Porsche 911 safety car. That pulls in. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back on stream. It's round 8. UKSR GT3 Championship as we are green and we are racing here at Red Bull Ring. Down to 1. Here we go. And they're already moving around in the background there. And it's looking pretty stable, pretty calm for now. Already your Tortoise making up ground. He's jumped Jones. Barker on the move too. He's up into 6th already. There's further down through the field. They're all moving around at plenty. Ruben Behrens up to 6. Nicola Agard on a big move there from the Porsche Captains instead. Trying to move around the outside, but there's fence in front of him. That's Nathan All, the Frenchman. The privateer. Throwing some big blocks there. No messing around from him. As we head down towards turn 5 here on lap 1. one long line. Ruben Berry just pulling out a bit of a move as it's all shape-shifting around in the background in the midfield here as they almost look to go 3 wide. There goes the DCW Porsche. Can't squeeze down. Has to back out of it. Payne Sharples head on through. Oh, there's contact. And oh no, they could head across the track. This could be disaster. Oh, Payne backwards onto the track before making contact. Wow. With a guard, and that's crucial in terms of the championship. Wow, didn't think we saw that one coming. That could have spelled disaster. We'll take another look at the replays very, very shortly. South Africans making solid moves there, trying to cement those last 2 spots inside the top 20 for RDSA Esports. They head through lap 1, race there from Consultants, Jones, Coakley, Weston, Barker, Alul, Tunstead, De Norega, Lachey, running at your top 10 class leaders, Rosette, Weston, Barker, and Edmondson. But it's all getting a bit angst down in the midfield here. This fight for these last 2 spots inside the top 10. It's RDSA versus Old Doozy Cars. Who's going to come out on top? And Ty as well, having a bit of a look. Oh, there's a spinner. There's a spinner. And is that Alul? Oh, he's off as well. He's gone. Well, after a great start from him, it really scattered the pack around that. How did that all happen? Let's get some results. We'll get some images for you really shortly. Try to pack some big moments in these early stages. First off, let's begin. Where do we begin? Oh, this little signing there. Trying to block off Matt Emerson. He's all over him like a rash right now. So here is what happened between Alul and Tunstead. Run up to 3 on the brakes. Oh, they just got into one another. One of those moments. It happens. It's motorsport. One for the stewards to sort out there. Meantime, obviously, previously, we had... trying to find it. It's not appearing as a crash on my end. While keeping half an eye on what exactly is happening out on the screen right now, because I tell you what, there are battles of points going on. We're going to drop further down through the field though, because this is looking a little bit interesting here. 2 temps covering 3 cars, Tunstead, Allen and Robson. Allen and Robson, crucially though, they are battling out for second in class, and that's a change for position there. There's the Ferrari Tiki Simsport for Dave Robson heading on through, getting the job done by him. Or does he? Onto the brakes, having to defend it a little bit there. Allen of DCW. Oh boy, wow, a slight mistake on corner exit there for Robson. But that just gifts it back like a wrapped up Christmas present to Allen in that Audi. It gave me some apologies. Is that better for you, Josh? Well, I'll tell you what, it's all happening, isn't it? Up and down through the field as usual. It's more towards the rear, and where we put the excitement, the drama, it's all unfolding here. As just trying to see more people moving around. Well, I try to find that previous on incident there we had at the start on the opening lap. Stick this for the moment. Nose to tail. Cy Hartley just trying to defend from Rob Windsor of Team Potatoes, looking to come through the field here. Well, game 2 in the early stages. He's not running class due to Daniel Pay's incident early on in Pro-Am. Saw him come off the track. In fact, we might well be able to see if we can bring this one down. There you go. So again, similar as what we saw on the run up towards 5. How did he not collect anyone? Sani there, throwing out the proverbial anchor. He rolls it back on across the track. towards the front end of things. Andy Jones trying to get involved. Stay in touch with Rosef and Yatsortus up in front. But he needs to shake Ken Copeland, or at least have in compliance with him behind if he's tried to mount a challenge for the win here today. Rosef already pulling out a second gap over Yatsortus. Quite as fortunate. He's only got 6/10. They're still within slipstream range. Tom Weston, you can see him in the background there. And that DCW Ferrari, he's not far away from this fight either. Currently leading the pro category. I'm entirely closest competitor to him. He's 5 places behind, occupying the last position inside the top 10 at the moment. Jones now, bumper to bumper, nose. Again, it's DCW getting involved here, but this time it's under Nobrega for RDSA. That's a bit of a looking towards 5 there. Backs out of it for now. And it's a double left-hander, this Roush and Worth. You can see the Audi tie in the rear view camera. Centre of the picture there, filling that aplenty. Currently live on 7 minutes. It'll be interesting to see if we have any drivers elect to come in early. It has been a strategy played by some of our drivers, although it tend to always work around here. The overcut does seem to be more OP in comparison. Now through turn 1. Oh, something's happened to Nikolai Agard. It says he's come off track once more. And it goes from bad to worse for the pro driver himself, and Marvin Cruz caught up in early on incidents. I talk about incidents, there you go. Pretty much locked it together there. As Ty heads on by. Let's see if we can. Oh yeah, I can pick this one out. Here we go, folks. We'll look down from the chopper. Right, lovely move from Bergs up the inside, but they just got glued together a bit there. And Ty says, "Thank you very much, gentlemen. I'll have that from you." No, Bearing's leaving even more positions. I do wonder if there has to be a bit of damage there potentially from him. See as he moves around the corner. Doesn't look anything obvious at the moment, but he's dropped further. And also in class as well, so from 2nd in class, he's now down to 4th in class and 13th overall. Outside the top 10 for the Belgian driver. To lap 7 now. Ready. Short laps, make them come thick and fast. Rosef still leading here. He's followed every lap so far. No, maybe not too much to shout about. You can see how easily it can go wrong here. You're towards a 2nd, Jones 3rd. Also your top 3 in a late. It's all happening here. It's all happening once more. You may as well just leave a camera on that corner. It's down at turn 3. It's on once more, and we're going to make this pretty wide here. They're having a think about it. Sarni's just going to back out in that BMW, but in doing so, he's going to lose a place potentially, but it's side by side in front of him. Conley versus McGregor. So Conley versus Sharples even. And wow, Bearings is still not able to make any impact, but he's fighting people in his class. Copeland into 4th, Weston 5th, and also leader of Pro-Am being led by Barker, who's 6th overall. Lachey, Jesse even, he is in 7th with Ty 8th. 9th is Dunabrega. Top 10 is James Collins. You see it on the screen right now. But for how much longer? Because look at them, boys, it's all happening behind Bearings. Having a good look now at Sarni down into turn 1. Surely going to get this one done on the inside in that Porsche. And a big old chunk of curb and a big old sideswipe out at Sarni. And it goes wrong, it doesn't come off again, and that's going to allow Anstis through. On board with Bearings. You can see it all happening in front of him. Surely not a lunch from this far back. Anstis is through in that Team Potato car. Tunstead, Sarni now in front of us. And they're still side by side as well. Up ahead. This battle will not leave each other alone, will they? Sarni on the outside of that BMW. He'd love to be on the inside as the old Juicy cars. Porsche of Sharples just squeezes his way on by. But Sarni knows he's got the inside to Roush, and then where? Can he squeeze that Porsche out wide, get him into the dirt? Yes, he can. And that's just going to allow Sarni to hold on to 12th position. He's at 8 spots so far. Second highest climber, other than James Conley. He's only a little bit up the road. You see him in 4 grand a shot at that UKSR Cleveland Ferrari. Threading the eye of the needle for his last 2 turns. Everyone almost trimming up over one another. Down towards 1. You can barely take your eyes off this one. It changes around aplenty. Someone gets a bad run out of turn 1 every time, and this time it's Sarni's turn. But that's going to allow Porsche on through of Casper Tunstead. Pink Sim Racing is going to sneak on by. Sarni just fends off everyone else. It's Ruben Bearings. Nathan Anstis are now joining the party. You can just make him out in the background in that UKSR Boy Porsche. It's Matt Emerson, your leader in the AM category. Not so comfortable a lead as Weston just dropping a couple of places. Oh no, it's all gone wrong for him. And I get the feeling, according to my log, that Jack Barker's been caught up in this one too. So we head into the left-hander of Roush. We can release the rear. Yes, we are under acceleration. Now, where is Barker? Oh, and he T-bones him. Wow, that could really affect things, couldn't it? Weston has got to be carrying damage. And from 4th overall, and comfortably leading his class, Christian Reagan and that Audi, RDSA Esports just all over the back of him right now. This is going to inflict even more misery surely onto him. He's right aboard in the Audi. Going to make a move. It's going to be late if we do. Have a bit of a look. Just closing up under braking. I'll tell you what, this Fox was really not letting up here today. Really not letting up. Weston still holds on now, but he's looking shaky. Adam Ty, now your new leader in that pro category. What a result that could be for him. Incidentally, it's Audi leading Elite and Pro now. Porsche leading, so Lamborghini leading Pro-Am, with Am being led by Porsche. So essentially, with the Lamborghini being pretty much the same as the Audis. They lead technically 3 out of the 4 classes. And it could, well, remain that way as well all race long. Though we do have an Audi and a Lamborghini in the form of Allen and Robinson. They are 4th and 6th in class at the moment in the AM category. This looks to be settling down a little bit now. So further down to where we've been having a lot of joy in terms of excitement and drama. Big, this little gaggle here. Oh, Tunstead has got away for them. He's fourth in that pro category. He's 12th overall. Pro really seems to be putting in what feels like a lackluster performance compared to Pro-Am this round. He's really struggling. In fact, you know, the lowest, so 6th place in class in the Pro-Am category is Ron Windsor. He's 18th overall. 5th and 6th, so Nathan Allall and Casper Brockner are 21st and 23rd in class from Pro, so overall, sorry, while being 5th and 6th in class. Although, let's remember that we've seen incidents from, well, one of those drivers definitely in the form of Nathan Allall. He's looking strong in these early stages. And just spotting as well that DCW Porsche of Ruben Bearing. It's just taking a very wide line. Drivers do have off tracks available to them into the points. We look at the inside into one there. The drivers will deploy them tactically, but is it a bit too early? Edmondson really running right out of one there. He's desperate to stay on the tail end of this group. You can just see more positions overall gained potentially, but he's not running away with it this round. Dave Robson not far behind, 1.42 seconds at the moment, the gap between those two. Not too far away. So start thinking about pit strategies in this race, and a few of these drivers that are caught up in these battles, will they elect to go early? Are they going to fuel save their way around this one? Relatively fast-paced track, this. Yeah, this just configuration. You have, of course, the two layouts here available to us for the shorter national circuit, which came on just as they exited Roush. Are great in low-powered cars, that's for sure. So we look back from the BMW of Steiner Sani from Racing Lab Esports. I mean, if you're doing a tier list on car sounds, this BMW, it's never going to win, but it's just so easy to drive it. That's why so many people elect to drive it. So we head into one, you can see the accordion effect there. The way Ruben Bearing just absolutely just eats him up for breakfast. In terms of that gap for extends once more, but it is 0.8 of a second. Further down through the field right now, we've got a little bit of a battle emerging here. Robson, who is second in Rob Windsor, who's 6th in that Pro-Am category, 18th overall, so 17th and 18th overall for those two. Cy Hartley and T Keys there, and one Nathan Allall, who, of course, involved in lap 2 incident, saw him wiped from being comfortably inside that top 10. Don't forget to like and subscribe as always. Make sure you head across to our socials as well. Interested to join the league, find out more about this and many other leagues from my UK SR community. So don't forget, you should Twitch Prime subscription to some just basis money, because all the funds go back into the community to help the running of that and the great leagues such as this one. Porsche Cup. I've heard a little rumour, a little birdie sold me that they're thinking about multi-class endurance coming back as well. Now that's a format I can get behind. Absolutely love it. Love it, love it, love it. The rise of sports cars is in a golden era. We're in the top category of GTP. Or if you're down in GT3 and GTD if you're from the other side of the pond. Doesn't matter where you are, sports cars is thriving at the moment as law. I tell you what, really closing in here. starting to really throw some shapes on the back end of Hartley and that Tiki Sport Ferrari. Oh, that won't help. Forward press. There we go. We'll get the right angle in a minute. And it's gonna feel. This is where drivers can make rash moves. Stuck behind the driver, they're much faster though. That's no disrespect to Hartley whatsoever. You start to feel the frustration. It starts to build. You start to make rash decisions you wouldn't normally make. We're going to see that from all. That could be race ending. Oh, but it's a mistake from Hartley. And Law says thank you very much, sir. I'll have that place from you. Right, next one up. Oh, what? Hartley even losing a place nearly to Brockner there, who had a good look at him, but Brockner's into the pits. Right, he's going to be the first driver to blink early. Actually, apologies, Daniel Payne was. He heads down pit road. Right, that's going to be our first benchmark. Also, Marvin Cruz in with him as well. So the two old Doozy cars, black drivers. Both Porsches in early. 22 minutes complete out of the hour. So, start to build a little bit of a picture of this race. You can see the gaps are forming from the track map in the top right hand corner. So, where have they come out? There you go, that's the answer to that one. So they've not lost too many positions overall. So the three drivers have truly stopped so far. Brockner, Cruz and Peg. If I head to the lifetime, that's in the description. And also in chat as well. So see all this information. Far right, so you can see the times that the drivers stopped for. So, Casper Brockner, you can see on the screen right now, 16.7. While 14.27 for both Cruz and Pay. Although interestingly, it's quite identical sometimes. Cruz was 4 seconds faster through the pit lane, and talking of pit lane, Cy Hartley says I'll have a piece of the pit lane action right now. He heads down pit road. Right, let's another driver in. Some battles and what's happening out on track. I tell you what, it seems so. It's been so enormous, this track, isn't it? For excitement, action, and drama. It's really calmed down early here. I think quite a few of the drivers may be struggling with the foggy conditions, and so just maybe, thinking about the longevity. You know, as I said earlier, we are in the business end of the season here. Point speed prizes, definitely championship positions, with so many of them being so close as well in terms of the championship spots. I think maybe this is why people are thinking twice before making, you know, aggressive moves. Moves that might not necessarily be there. You wait for the final round in Road Atlanta though. But it's all on the line and it means all or nothing. I tell you what, I think might be one or two, you know, changes in attitudes and temperaments there. Well, onto the back of Team Potatoes, Windsor. Well, surely going to be a move here. Forward in the Porsche. Onto the back of also Robson and Tiki Simsports Ferrari. Now, Robson, no, sorry, probably Robson hasn't stopped. John Davis, the wrong stop into the pits as well. It's Cy Hartley who I'm thinking of. Oh, he gets so close in the briefing, just a little, so confident. Who's he? Going to be a move on here. We haven't had an overtake since. Well, that was because he was in the pits. Marvin Cruz passed John Davis. And that was on lap 14, currently on lap 18. Lap 13 is when we had the last true real passes happened. Austin Murray came off track and lost a couple. Let's take a little look back at some of the action. Oh, got really deep there into the gravel. That's what caught him out. Rattiani's had a fair share of incidents. Let's take a look at some of them. In the Lamborghini for Olympus. Oh wow, almost a carbon copy. Of course, we then previously, so that we had the Tom Weston incident. Now, Jack Barker, incidentally, is into the pits right now. It's going to be interesting to see what his pit lane speed is because of this moment here. Bang! What an crash, bang, wallop! What an impact that was. Rim bearings coming off track. Oh, a bit of a... I'm not too sure that was quite on there. I think that might have been to Nobrega. A-Guard having a bit of a coming together there, and it's all around that same part of the track, that entrance into Roush. Of course, we have the Cruz and Brockner into this one. Well, you can see it happening ahead. And it all just compressed up a little bit. It's well, we didn't see that one initially. The two old losing cars, black drivers, coming together. Some of you've got a terrible mind. I know what you're thinking. That's what she said. Right. Oh, that's a very slow-moving Audi of DCW Racing. And apparently, Dave Allen's had an incident while we were going through those bits. Let's take a look at exactly what's happened to him. Gonna lose the rear. Audi doing Audi things. Yes, we are. Oh, shame for him. Shame for him in the category. Still 5th in class though he has dropped 3 places since he started. So, Jack Barker, Privateer fans, as there comes Alan into the pit lane. There he goes in the Lamborghini, of course, our early leader in that Pro-Am category. So, wow, a relatively quick stop. 46 seconds transition through pit lane, 14 seconds dead. To give you some comparison, who we were looking at earlier, we were talking about one Cy Hartley, 46.6 seconds, so half a second quicker there for Jack Barker. And 4 tenths faster in terms of in his pit box. Good stuff. Looking like it's going to work in the undercut once again here for him. And take him all the way. So surely what's going to be that class of victory. Eric Rosev, haven't really mentioned him too much, but he's been eking out a bit of a gap up front. So we approach that half-hour mark, denoting halfway through the race. And he's looking good for this one. Is the Racing Lab Esports powered by Ford driver. I mean, sure, someone's got to twist his arm to drive the Ford. Surely. I mean, I know it's going to kill off all its competitiveness, but surely someone's got to do it. Surely. As for, well, incidents, one involving Western, as a promoted Ampty up into the top of the pro category in 6th overall. Western, incidentally, is stuck in a bit of a battle, a 4-car train. He isn't leading this one, but he has got Nobrega behind him, who's in the elite category. James Conley, who's leading Pro-Am at the moment, but that will change, obviously. Markby and Rob Winter also in from that Pro-Am category too. Darren Sharple's also in this group. He's 3rd in Pro at the moment. A bit of a run wide there for the, as I mentioned, Sharples in the old using cars blue Porsche. Class leaders as well. There's a graphic out to it, race long. Let's get that on. Get that sorted for you very, very shortly. See up to date with all of that. There we go. There we go. So, also, who else have we got? I'll tell you what, it's all happening. De Rega's in, Ruben Bearings, there we go, just switched over. As I want to click on his name, he heads down pit road on this foggy day here. And the Red Bull rig. Matt Emerson. He is still leading. That gap has extended. It was around about 1.5 seconds earlier on, but Robson, who's second, is now about 4.2 behind him. Top 3 completed by James Robinson. Comers to the series. 3 different manufacturers on the podium as well in the AM category as well. Stuff we love to see. All stuff we love to see. But we are officially now into the second half of the race. In terms of drivers that have stopped, Jack Barker leads that charge on that one. He's 19th overall. Privateer in the Lamborghini. There he is. SBJ written on this side. It's a little bit like SVG. Conjures the memory, the force. Sharples into the pits. Robson's just lost a place. Oh no, and Law's had an incident. That's why. Has he just clipped the edge? Oh, he's looking aggressive. He had the lunge and he lost the rear trying to get the move done. There you go. That's what happened. Oh, Nathan. Oh. No. My best French accent. Sharples, Antis, Robinson and Murray all down pit road at the moment. There goes Murray in as well. Still going to allow Barker to be our top driver who has pitted so far. Sharples ain't going to be too far behind him, is he, old Darren Sharples? See him doing well for himself. And Nicola Egard, now he has stopped, but it was back on lap 2 for damage repairs, so don't read much into that one. He just needs to stop again in the Audi for Racing Lab Esports. Driver who looks well, look like he's going to walk away with that pro category. As the season's progress, it's not quite been like that. Truck's of course available for the drivers, and it's definitely going to be one of them that's utilised by the Scandinavian. Utor, despite having to come through a bit of traffic, has set a personal best lap. 2 tenths slower than Rosette, who holds the fastest lap of the race so far. My phone getting incredibly hot. Right. Let's move that one. Also setting fastest lap last time around, Ken Copeland. In the Rockster Mercedes, you just make out the background and picture. Either side of Murray, no, UKSR Cleland Ferrari. So saying fastest lap, so personal best, even Casper Tunstead in Peak Sim Racing. 30.99 for him, so just squeeze inside those with the 30s. I mean, pretty tightly spread, about 1.5 seconds in terms of personal best spread for lap times. Winning over so kept, and that's across all classes as well, to point out. So looking really, really strong for Higgs here today. It's Barker clinging on to Robson, who's the last one. I see that. Oh, did I just hear? Yeah, I did. My eyes did it. My ears even did not deceive me. I thought I heard someone speak, and that was Nathan the Lord. Oh, it's all gone from bad to worse for the privateer. And it is again. Well, these 2 corners, 5 and 6, really causing a lot of pain. Pushing too hard. All the weights at the rear end of that Porsche 911 GT3. It acts like one great big pendulum and it swings around. The next thing you know, you're pointing in the wrong direction. Ruben Barry's in front, 30th overall, 3rd in class. Heads down pit road. Our Law heading into. I mean, I have to wonder on whether he might retire that car. And he's still inside the top 5, incidentally, in that pro category, which is amazing considering. But drivers behind him have generally pitted, so you know. It's pretty quiet out there. I'm just trying to find some decent battles for us to watch. This is getting pretty close between these two. We've got Cy Hartley in that Tiki Simsport Ferrari, third in Brockner, sixth in that pro category. In the old Doozy Cars black Porsche. Although, having said that, here's another one's going on. It's even closest. It's 3 Porsches. It's Brockner, Cruz and Payne. It's all over 20th overall. Highest climber so far is Conley. He's up 11th place. It's joint matching with Robson, but those two gets better. Rosette, last time around, taking the fastest lap of the race on 1:30.36. Going 2 hundredths faster than his previous personal best, doing so. And looking for the track man. He's starting to catch up with a little bit of traffic. Let's, I'll tell you what, well, there you go. It's where he is, no Audi. There's Brockner into the pits. That is second. No, it's his first stop, isn't it? No. That is his second stop, so something's gone wrong for Brockner. Out on track. Is that a drive-through? I do have to wonder. He might not be the only driver to fall foul of this one. That's a drive-through. For going over the incident point limit. Wow. It is a bit of a demon. Bit of a, you know, scallywag. Where's F setting another new personal best? It's like dealing with traffic, and that guy is flying. Yes, these incident points are going to play a real big part. Weston into the pits from second in that pro category. There he goes, and that is for a true pit stop, not for a drive through. Rose F drives on by Robinson in the Lamborghini. Job done for Rose F. I mean, he's lapping cars and still setting fastest laps. I mean, he's getting a tow from them, probably catching them just at the right moment. He's got a little gaggle he's coming up onto. It's the battle we were watching earlier on, the Cruz, Pay and Bearings battle. There's 3 Porsches, one after the other. Tiki, ODC black, ODC blue. So for old Doozy cars. Let's just take a little bit of a pause. Traffic is full ahead. Andy Jones in from 4th, the privateer in elite. Pit window fully open. We've got 20 minutes here remaining. Simon Bamber, great to have you along with the Twitch chat. Anyone else? Feel free. Let us know who you're cheering on, who you supporting. Your thoughts. There's a little bit happening in front. Is there? It's about this. I mean, this is not a good sign for Rosef. I do wonder whether we're going to watch him peel in the end of this lap. He can see both on his relative and also physically. These 3 knows the tail. He knows they're battling over position as well. He might not know that they've all pitted, but he's probably got a bit of an inkling that they have. What do you do if you are Eric Rosef and that Racing Lamb Esports powered by Ford Audi? What a mouthful that is. What a mouthful that is. Emerson into the pits for the lead of category. Robson into. Surely we're going to see Rosef peel in. Or is he going to gamble? He is. He's going to gamble. He's going to go again. But yet Tortoise, he says, no, I've had enough of this. As he does. Tortoise. That is the right strategy. We'll find out very shortly. Kenny Copeland goes again as well, and that Mercedes are the only Mercedes in the field for the wrong stuff. For me, he's got the right stuff. Well, V8 grumbling away. Now he's got a bit of traffic himself, incidentally. So he's got a little Robinson and Robson to deal with. As he tries to pick his way through. Everson's still in Am. Yes, somehow, some way, some things never change. Well, that's looking a bit darty there. Copeland knows it's his time to shine. He's got to strike now while the iron is hot. But there's a bit of a roadblock in front of him. There's a bit of a roadblock in the form, certainly, of this Ferrari here. That is Robson. Dave Robson is dispatched of him. Next up is Robinson. Where's Rosef? Is he going to come in this time around? Yes, he is. Has he left it a lap too late? It's also went 1 lap prior. Here comes Copeland in too. Still to pit. Luke Lachey. Well, I say that. He then pops in as well. Alan Ty, James Connolly, Steiner Sani, and Nikolai Egard. And also Ia Ratani, who is still going. And the one retirement so far, that is Alistair Murray, who we lost on lap 26. So Ty in as well. There is Connolly, surely going to see him pull in here on lap 29. Yes, we are. Right, where is Rosef? So heading out of pit road. Where is Harold Sources? He's coming down the finish straight away. It's game on. And has Rosef done enough? Where is he? Yes, he has. Surely he's got to get up to speed. But oh, that was close. And yet Tortoise nearly losing out to Copeland there. And they're going to go side by side. Copeland in slipstream here. As he jukes left, he jukes right. He's got the wider entry. He's going to have to drive off the curb. The tower of perfect rumbling V8 in that Mercedes AMG GT3. Trying to utilise it to launch him off the corner. Tortoise is hugging the inside line. It's like NASCAR out there. Copeland pushing him along. But it's not enough. He's looking for the switchback still. A crucial part of the race right now here on lap 29. We've got 16 minutes remaining here at the Red Bull Ring. And it's all being played out over second place. Rosef has checked out. He's now 5.1 seconds clear of this gaggle. Tortoise holds on. Copeland surely got another few ways. He's got more chance than this if he can stick with the Lithuanian driver. So after all those pit stop, Ty still holds on to pro category. Barker back to the top of pro, but he's dropped a few places overall. He's down to 8th overall. Edmondson still holding on to that AM category. Top 5 overall, all populated by elite drivers. You don't want to say that so far this season. They are dominated by Audis. It's 3 of those 5. Still they remain these two. But I tell you what, Copeland, he is asking questions. He is knocking on the door. And he Tortoise and that Audi. He knows how unstable that Audi platform can be. And surely he's going to utilise that knowledge to force your Tortoise into a mistake. He's got time on his side to try and make the move out on track. Further down through the field. Let's check in with some other battles a little bit closer, like this one. Audi and Porsche this time. And it's the Audi doing the chasing in the form of Luc Lachey at RDSA Esports. On the tail of Andy Jones, who, I'll tell you what, he's had a quiet round, but not necessarily the worst one. Starting on the front row, he's dropped down to 4th. I think he's going to be disappointed with that one walking away from here, but he'll be desperate to ensure it's not 3 places dropped. And he holds and fends off the South African behind him. So South Africans racing driver synonymous with the brand. If you think about the Van der Lindes, Sheldon and Calvin. Oh, and here we go. Almost invoking that spirit of those two famous GT3 drivers. But Jones has got it covered. The Brits remains stern. Our top 5, we've got 5 countries and 3 continents represented. This truly is a global league, both in racetracks visited and drivers that take part. We are lacking in the South Americans and Asian department, so feel free to pop along. Also, if anyone fancies daring to race from Antarctica with their horrific ping, if the Australian one's bad, God knows what that is. Feel free to drop us a line. Oh my ping is horrific. Don't come near me. At uksr.com. Of course, that is a made-up address, if you hadn't guessed it already. Further down through the field, Ruben Berings talking and seeing it in the chat. Go DCWR, take over the world. Well, we're trying to take over 19th place at the moment. That's Marvin Cruz ahead of us in the ODC Black Porsche. Berings, of course, in the DCWR Porsche behind him. 2 different categories, though. Pro. And, we're going to try for him. Oh, he came into the pits, did Cruz. And, now, I think Cruz has already stopped. Yes, he had, so that's going to be for a drive-through. Now, we were speaking about this earlier. Instant points at this track are very easy to pick up. And I think the closing stages is going to be, well, certainly now, I think there's 1 or 2 drivers who are a little bit nervous about the amount that they have already accumulated. And especially those last 2 turns. Knocking Rins and Red Bull Mobile. Very, very easy to pick them up there. If you're not too careful on the inside of what I mean. It is treacherous in terms of picking up instant points around this place. Absolutely treacherous. So, I got the feeling that's not going to be the only one we see inside this last 10 minutes. I mean, we've got 10 minutes, 30 seconds to go. Here, Brown A, Red Bull Ring. Keeping this cold at bay, thank you to the amount of pills that I swallowed and energy consumed to get me through this one. Talking of getting through, Matt Edmondson, again, inflappable in terms of this album. I mean, this is really going to be his title to lose this season in that category. There's Ansys, a Team Potato, who's, well, line 4th in Pro-Am, up 7 places overall, 2 in class. It's the 96. And Edmondson looking to have a bit of a go here. Finally, I get to see a bit of a move. Oh wow, I was saying about to get a see move there. John Davis, the wrong stuff. Nicolai Agard from Pro, who's well had a shock of a round by his own, surely by his own admission, certainly by his own standards. But I tell you what, little Johnny Davis of the wrong stuff is putting up a staunch defence here. He's going to let him run in deep. But Agard gets it stopped in time somehow, some way. And that is surely going to allow him on by. And Davis is going to have to fully relinquish. Got there in the end. 24th place. So having a look at how these two getting on. I hear you crying. It's all just Copeland for second overall. And of course in that elite class. Wow. It's calmed down a little. We've got 8 tenths of a gap. We've got nearly 8 minutes remaining. To cross the line, dead heat, Copeland needs to make up 8 tenths per minute. Sorry, a tenth a minute. As I say that, he just dropped 2 further tenths. It's out to a second for the American. We know that can change in a heartbeat. We know it can change. Hopefully it does, as this is going on right now. Again, not many in-class battles happening out there on track. Certainly inter-class ones though. So here is another one, the drag race here. This is between Cruz and Agard, who are neck and neck hailing out of 3. Up the hill. Sorry, down the hill now, apologies. Into 5, and that is going to be Cruz back in front. Retaining that position over momentarily losing it against Agard, who's on an absolute flyer here in these closing stages. And you have to wonder, had it been for that early incident, just why he would have finished, where he would have finished. Looking really on form. In terms of drivers at retirements, Ritani, we lost on lap 29, lap 26 for Murray, probably on lap 35, you see from top centre on your screen. 2 retirements looking solid. I was trying to look at Davis maybe popping in there, but no. Oh, that's why he's triggering them. Maybe come into the pits. Okay, you've had a big moment there, John Davis. Let's see if we can try and... Oh, so he's lost it on the... He's absolutely dropped it, hasn't he? The rear. Across the curbing. Entering into the pit lane. I'm not sure whether that was intentional or happy coincidence. As he's drove through the pit lane, I think he might have picked up a drive through, so he's gone, right, okay, be cheeky here, let's nip on through, let's get it dealt with while I'm slowed down. Too close. Also, that Tiltis Copeland battle for second overall is closing up somewhat more. On board with Connolly though, currently lying 11th overall. This the fight for the last place inside the top 10. Tunstead and Peak Sim Racing Porsche occupying this one. And Connolly wants it from him. But just how badly does he want it from him? Because Connolly is lying 6th, so second in that Pro-Am category. He's not catching Barker. Does he settle? Or does he gamble? Well, this is going to be unconventional. If he gets this one done, you don't do a move in there. But James Connolly says, hold my beer, guys. Watch this. And slaps it up the inside of an unsuspecting Tunstead. And the Dane will not be bringing home the bacon here in Austria if he means he's going to finish outside the top 10. Connolly on fire. What a move from the Brit for UKSR Cleland in that Ferrari. John Davis heading through the pit lane again. As that stationary this time, not looking good for him. Closing stages. And it's 4 tenths, the gap between Copeland and your tortoise. So we're back from the Absolute Motorsport SLF Audi. That is that Merc of the wrong stuff. That is Ken Copeland right behind us. He's closing in, but has he got enough within him to get the move done? They are coming up on a bit of onto a bit of traffic. It's going to be Casper Brockner. He's up. And they've got past him, I believe. So who's it going to be next? Just having a little bit of a look here. Yeah, it will be Brockner. He's next up on track. I was reading that ever so slightly wrong. So he's going to be Brockner's going to be an easy candidate to get past. There's Copeland just answering the questions here already. If you told us. Yeah, Brockner's a seasoned veteran. He'll know what to do. He'll move to, make it as easy for these guys as possible. Surely. Take guard onto the back of Cruz. These two already, I mean, they've had eventful races. Cruz has lost 11th place overall, 6th overall for A card. Yep. Also, who's had a shot in pit stop? Well, Tristan Denabrega. He was in someone inside that top 10. He's lost out since then. Lucas behind him. Well, he's 8 seconds behind him, but leading this charge, just catch him up at the close station. Will he do it? I very much doubt it. But it is that one, Matt Emerson. He has 2 Team Potato Ferraris behind him. In the form of Ansis and Winter. This British trio here. Oh, Nicola Lull as well. Onto the back of Ruben Bearings. That's a change for 18th overall. All happening inside the last couple of minutes here. Where is your leader? There he is. So next time around, he's going to take the white flag. That's going to be 1 lap left to go. Yes, he will. Well, I'm just looking at the clock, just fully verifying myself. Racing the void. I wonder if that was a stop and go for illegal entry. It could well have been as well. That's what vertical. Also, early incident we saw with John Davis and the wrong stuff. Who has since retired the car. So has Daniel Pay as well. So, boys, we've got 4 tenths separating you, and you've got a lap and not even a half to go. Because there is your leader. Looking to round this lap out. Across the line with about 30 seconds to go. Eric Rose there. Looks unflappable all race long. They'll pick up the Grand Chelem, surely. We'll give it an F1. Topping qualifying. Led every lap. Fastest lap of the race. And there's the white flag out. It is in the air. And of course, winning the race. Bit of traffic ahead of him. Right. Okay. Second place to be sorted out between these two. Kenny Copeland, you've got, realistically, 3 opportunities, maybe 4. There's one of them gone. Here comes the next one, the big one, the run up the hill. And I just feel he's too far back, 6 tenths of a second the gap between Itursis and Copeland. Okay, that's one crossed off. Next one comes at you immediately. It's written up to the highest point of the circuit and then down the hill into 5. It's going to take something big, it's going to take something brave. He reduces the gap, but it's not close enough, not even to lunch. Although he has a bit of a look, he asks a bit of a question there. What are we going to do? Where are we going to choose this one? How do we get it done? As the gap extends out to 6 tenths, I think this may well have been won this battle. by your tortoise. He's going to hold on to that one, surely. Right, let's look down for the order. Whatever stories have we got? There we go. The win, the checkered flag, the flash of the lights, the weave across the line. Eric Rowe, Zev, congratulations to you. A flappable all race long. There you go. Your tortoise holds on to it. With Copeland coming home. Third overall, having to settle for that position. Oh, we've got, I tell you what, it's all happening here. Law versus DCW. Then also, oh, that's looking tight on the brakes. The two Porsches having a go at one another. Robson, he's dragging it up the hill with Robinson. Lamborghini versus Ferrari into the same point that we've just witnessed here. With the Ferrari of Robson on the outside. Robinson's going to cover it off. They're still side by side. Nobody giving an inch here in these closing stages. We look down from the helicopter. Roush and then Werth. This one a much closer battle than what we've seen previously. What's happening in front of them? All bearings is, well, losing time. It's only a quarter of a second. This is going to be a run to the line. I tell you what, let's get out the chopper. Can we do it in time? The run across the line, and he's going to hold on to it. Bearings. Oh, Cruz has made it up. Who's that? He's made a nasty mistake late on. Oh no, to think they've come together. That's what she said. Here we go. And it's into Jochen Rindt. And bang. And it wiped the pair of them out. Robson and Robinson. They're going to cross the line how they were coming into that corner. Wow. That's everyone across the line. Let's get, I'll tell you what, let's get some nice shots. I'm trying to, there we go. There he is, your winner here today. Eric Rose there, congratulations. I've raced the voice saying, the Audi pulls out the corners amazingly, I heard that. Well, I think you, that's really just reinforced your point really, hasn't it? It was just, you taught us. As much as Copeland tried, he had no answer. He had no answer indeed. I'm glad it wasn't too much of a photo finish because my voice I think would have literally gone like it was 1 week ago. Oh, right, let's have a little look. We're coming in. Let's get a bit of slightly more. There we go, slightly more focused camera. So I'm going to drop it down to quarter speed. And let's bring up some race results here today. There we go. Eric Race F running out your winner. Excuse me one moment. Joys of being out. Apologies. Heritage talks to us, holding on to that second place. Ken Copeland running out the overall podium and also that elite podium. Le Glachet, a solid result from him, but 10 seconds or more, well, nearly 11 in fact, behind Copeland in third. Andy Jones couldn't quite hold on to that fourth place, ends up finishing fifth after starting on the front row with Rosef. Adam Ty, I think, might be a little bit surprised to walk away with a victory, but very happy indeed in that pro category. Tom Weston, who looked nailed on for it. That one issue for him is what cost him dearly for DCW Racing. Jack Barker, again, Pro-Am. Putting the Pro into Pro-Am, that's for sure. And Flappable at the front of that category to come home 8th overall. And in fact, passing Sharples late on. James Conley going to run out the top 10 and second in that Pro-Am category. Of course, Sharples running up the class podium in Pro. Tunstead in 11th. Sinus Sardi again on the podium. This guy's coming alive. He's just Mr. Consistent. Doesn't do any flash. You don't see him on camera match, but he's just there. He's just there. And he gets on Pro-Am podium place. Tristan de Rogega. Well, it all went wrong for him after the pit stops and drops a lot of time. from it. Matt Edmondson. Well, I think just removing him out of AM and just giving Matt Edmondson class, pretty much the way it's been going of late. He's winning in the AM category once more. Nathan Anstey's 15th was Windsor 16th. Cy Hartley 2nd in 17th overall. Ruben Behrens in 18th. And I need to move that off very quickly. There we go. Well, will be disappointed. Looking really strong was the privateer, and then that incident in turn 5 on lap 3. It's what cost him dearly. Marvin Cruz running out the top 20. There we've got James Robinson snatching in the end. Well, I say snatching. The collision on the penultimate corner of the final lap between himself and Robson. But he does hold on to 21st. Well, it would have been 20th overall, but it's 21st overall. But it is crucially 3rd. And the last podium spot in the AM category, Robson having to settle for 22nd. Last driver also on the lead lap. 23rd was Nikolai Igard, 1 lap down. So was Allen and Brockner up to 25th. Then into retirement, Daniel Pay. We lost him on lap 36. Lap 35 for John Davis. Iyaratani. We lost him on lap 29. And lap 26 for Alistair Murray. Completed 40 laps here today. Right. Should we have a bit of a chat to some of our drivers? First off, right, here we go. So, I just need to shuffle a couple of bits around, and we'll get them all underway for you. So, next up, first off, we're going to be talking to our winner in the AM category. I'm just going to make sure we've got all of our ducks in a line here before I do this. Cold and trying to work stuff out is not the best combination. Just not you, although you pretty much knew that already. Right. There we go. There we go. We've got it. We're getting there, folks. We're there. Right. There he is, sat in the pits, and now going to join us, Matt Edmondson. Welcome along. Again, I mean, I go away for a couple of weeks, and, well, nothing's changed whatsoever. Back to the top of AM.
Well, you go away for 2 weeks, and I don't win for 2 weeks. So you coming back is lucky charm. I'm back on top again. So thank you for being the lucky charm. Yeah, it was an interesting race. There was a lot of having to avoid incidents at the start that certainly slimmed the lead a bit, and then I was fighting the biggest enemy of the track towards the end, which of course was the off tracks. So
yes,
that was I was watching Cy Hartley get closer and closer on the relative, whilst I was trying to speed Nathan Anstis up towards the end, but I managed to just about keep from having a drive through. So,
and I mean, talking of which, I mean, how early? I mean, obviously, we saw you burn on the stream. Saw you burn them off, a couple of them off very early doors. I think running wide out of turn 1 it was, and also it's that those last 2 corners where it's so easy to pick them up. How much of this was a race against everyone else, or versus a race against not accumulating off tracks and incident points?
I had 13x by about half an hour into the race, so I only had 4x for 30 minutes. So it was a combination of both, really. Because initially Dave was keeping up, and I was thinking, right, I've got to keep him behind. And then I think he had some form of incident partway through the first stint. And then seeing Cy after the pit stop, I was like, oh, right, okay. Because those guys have been really good. Especially Cy picking up a win at Le Mans, and I had a good battle with him at Sebring as well last time out. So yeah, it was a bit of a fighting the urge to try and make a gap, and then trying to not lose everything through a 30-second stop, go, or drive through or something like that.
Definitely. I mean, obviously next week, bit of a different track, it's something a little bit easier in terms of those off tracks. I mean, with that lucky charm back on your side, I mean, are you feeling like you're going to make this a clean sweep of victories for the remainder of the season with 3 rounds left?
Well, I might miss next week because of work, and I'll be definitely missing the very last round because I'll be on a plane. So we'll see. If I do make it next week, because Dan has now said that we've moved to following the weather patterns of officials, it's due to be wet for Bathurst, which is gonna be mental. I think it's going to be an interesting one, so we'll see how that goes. Suzuka, I am looking forward to, but yeah, we'll see what happens.
Well, I don't think that there's no think about it being mental. It will be mental. I mean, Monza, turn 1, we got away with the memes there. I mean, Bathurst, what's the worst that can happen?
I'm going to say the Dipper is going to be the interesting one, because you're going to have to be offline, but you've got to be online, and it's just going to be so difficult for out there. I mean, it's difficult as it is in the dry to do any sort of overtaking or anything up the top across the hill, but that across the top is going to be, and if somebody loses it, it's going to be properly spicy for trying to avoid, so it's going to be a fun one, I think.
It will be indeed. Well, congratulations, winner here today in the AM category, Matt Edmondson for UKSR Hoy. Congratulations, Matt.
Thank you very much.
Right, next up, a little bit better prepared this time. I'm going to drag him in preparation and do the big old switcheroo in terms of graphics. There we go. Jack Barker, welcome along, and well, congratulations. I mean, he looks absolutely unflappable throughout the race. You know, real sort of steady set of hands at the top of that Pro-Am category. Did it feel like that for the entirety? You know, was the aura that you were giving off matching with what was happening inside the cockpit?
It felt like that, and then I fell into the side of the race, sideways Tom Weston.
Yes, I'm guessing you didn't pick up any damage from that because there didn't appear to be any drop off on pace or any let up from that moment onwards.
No. I was definitely about 3 or 4 tenths off after that incident, so it really messed with the front end. But you know, it was just about enough. So thanks to my good qualifying, I'm being able to have a clean start. It was just about not enough. So it was really squeaky bum time. Come when Colin was pitting, because I also lost quite a bit of time in the laps prior to that as well. Yeah, really tough then, and towards the end, turn 4. So the one at the end of the third straight, yes, was just a nightmare. The car just refused to turn in at all, every time. So I was really battling against that and the off tracks.
Well, yes, we're talking the off tracks. We were talking obviously to Matt Edmondson previously. He said he had about 4x to play with for the entirety of the second half of the race. What sort of, obviously you would have picked up 4x anyway for that contact with Weston. What what was it like for yourself? How many were you playing about with in terms of available X's to utilise for the race?
I mean, it didn't start off great. I had a couple of X's in the first few laps, and that was fine until the contact, and then with a damaged car, it just became a off-track magnet. So yeah, I took on a ton of them. But then when I got back out the pits, fully fixed up car, it was more or less fine. So I finished with 14, so still a bit of room there, but I wasn't chancing it.
Well, that's not too bad, all things considered. Well, congratulations, Jack. Winner here today, well inside the top 10 as well, in 8th position. Jack Barker, your winner in Pro-Am.
Thank you very much for the interview. See you next week.
Will do indeed, Jack. And, well, we'll sit here for a minute and wait to see if anyone else decides to pop in. Always welcome along. Just a bit of an update on everyone in chat, thank you very much for watching obviously with stuff. Eric Rousseff being in the chat there. Our race winner here today. Don't have time for an interview this time around, sadly. Great broadcast, great race, perfect evening. Well, you did win, so maybe a bit of bias there. Well, we'll let you off anyway. Dominant display from him, and let's have a look into. We'll expand that out. We'll head out into the scenic view, and where's my? There it is. There we go. Get there in the end. Get there in the end. Of course, Rose FR win it here today, and I don't think we've got anyone else popping along. No. Okay, so that's no problem. Yes, if you want to find out more about our leagues, head across to the website down below in the description. Obviously, we've got Push Cup running midweek, and many other leagues as well. Don't forget to give us a like and subscribe if you're over on YouTube. If you're watching on Twitch, don't forget to click follow. And also, if you've got your Twitch, so your Amazon linked up to your Twitch, if you haven't, make sure you do that if you've got Amazon Prime. And you can put $5 of Jeff Bezos' money our way. That goes back into the community to help keep that running and all that good stuff. The great work that the admin team do for, the many things they do around, putting on teams for the big events. Of course, we've got the N24 coming up very shortly. You name it, really. A real growing community as it has been over the years. Well, looking at that, there's no one else joining us, so congratulations to Eric Vrozef, Adam T in the pro category, Jack Barker, who we've just spoken to in Pro-Am, Matt Emerson, who we spoke to previously in the Am. We have got, obviously, back next week as we head across. You can see there from the graphic from Red Bull, we head to Bathurst. Matt Emerson mentioning, of course, we may have rain on the way for that one. If that's true, I think good luck to everyone. But from myself, Tim Cox, thank you very much for joining me, and we'll see you in a week's time from, what could be a sunny, might be a rainy Bathurst. Thank you very much. We'll see you then. Good night. God bless.